Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing? Welcome on in, Cutie. Welcome on in, Confused. Welcome on in, Lovable Floof. Welcome on in, Swaggy. Welcome on in, who else I see? I saw another name that just flashed by. Did I see another name, or am I going crazy? Welcome on in, Apple. How's everyone doing today? Sorry, I have been sort of like moving stuff on my desk around. It's a little bit of a mess right now because I had to get some cables before I left on Friday, Saturday morning, technically. How we doing? How's everyone doing? Happy birthday, Cutie. Saw that in the chat. Thank you for redeeming your daily sand, everyone on Twitch. Lovable Floof, Swaggy, and Apple. Oh, what's goody time? It do be my birthday. It do be your birthday, yes. I got off today because I got plans tomorrow morning. Heck yeah. Honestly, it's fun getting the night off. I got Thursday off. If we can imagine why. Thursday will indeed be an interesting day. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming. I don't know how long I'm going to be playing. But let it be known. It will probably be more than 5 hours. 5-6 hours, probably. I don't know if people are gonna stay with me throughout the whole time, but yeah. Well, come on in, Mel. I feel so burnt out. I'm expecting 12-hour stream. I don't know if it'll be 12-hour. We'll go as long as, because I do want to break it up over the course of a couple days. I don't know if it'll be 12-hour, but it'll definitely be like for the initial start of stream. Who knows? Why do you feel burnt out, Mello? Just from writing music? Or I got plushies time? Plushies? Heck yeah. You know, I've been eyeballing some plushies. I saw... I saw the official Subnautica account post, tease this image of here. Hang on, I gotta quickly... Let me close some tabs very quickly that I no longer need. 5 hours? Yeah. Plushes are amazing. They are. How are you, Apple? How have you been? I saw Subnautica post, retweet this from YouTube's. And oh my god, it is a hoverfish plushie. I feel like I need it. I need it. Just constantly been so hard getting out of bed. I feel tired constantly. I feel that, Mellow. It's just one of those, like... Sometimes it's just one of those valleys that you gotta, like, take the effort to get out of. By just, like, getting through the day. And eventually things will start turning around. It's not gonna stay like this forever, Mellow. I can assure you that. Doing good. Macroeconomics is over, thank God. That's really good to hear. That is very good to hear. I got a Sharg plushie. A Sharg plushie? Is it the IKEA Sharg plushie? You know how Cutie randomly drops lore? Well, hey, I might start doing that from now on because I'm actually writing lore to start my series. Ooh, start a series, you say? What kind of series? Is it like a webcomic series? Like a small animated series? I always love hearing about what people are doing on like the creative side of things. I love hearing people create their own lore and their own things. Speaking of which, that's a pretty good transition to what we're going to be doing today. As much as I would love to... Okay, actually, take that back. Take that back for a small second. IKEA Shark, go burr. It really do go burr. Give me one quick second. I gotta find something. Subnautica. So I finally got around today. So Saturday morning, the Subnautica account went live, doing a first dive showcase of the game, and it looks so good. And I had such a great time, because originally they went live as I was actively getting ready to go. I was waiting for Kiki to show up at my place so we could head up to LA. And so I had the stream going on in the background. The beginning of their stream, the first half-hour countdown,
your perfect domain
is
out there.
Hang on, we'll look at that in a second. The first half-hour stream was purely Ben Prunty music, and I am so happy about it. Okay. Like, I just want to... I'm not going to play the full thing. That'd be insane. But I want to play, like, a couple... I want to, like, show you guys, like, what a couple of the tracks sound like, because they are so cool. And you can understand where I get my inspiration for music. Because, like, let's listen to the first track here. According to the stream, this track is called Adventure. If you still no, I'm not that good at drawing. You never know. You never know. Give it a shot. If you can salute yourself one more time, I'm gonna make you and you break up. That's a very strong threat. I'll be honest, I might fall asleep with stream in the background. That is completely okay. I love doing the music streams because they are like a really strong, cozy presence where we just start creating music and we start going with the flow of things. It's not like I'm playing with friends and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. It's just fun, creative energy, just vibing all around. My personal favorite is the track called Dredge. This track is so good. And I cannot wait for this soundtrack to be out. Like, I'm waiting. Like, listen to it. It's awesome. You know, I started being questionably rude when I feel sleep deprived AF. Why are you sleep deprived, Cutie? How long have you been up? Like, just listen to this music, man. It's so good. To me, okay, I was listening to this on the way home, and it gave me like a bit of a thought. The music sounds like a really strong fusion of at least 3 soundtracks that Ben Prunty has done in the past. And there's like some other influences, but these are what it sounds like the most. What it sounds inspired by: FTL Faster Than Light, Subnautica Below Zero, and Transmissions from a Hidden World. It really sounds like these 3 projects that he's done in the past are heavily influencing and like sort of infuse into this new soundtrack for Subnautica 2. It's awesome. I love it. Okay. With that in mind, I would like to continue writing our own music. I've been working on a bit of a soundtrack, a bit of a standalone soundtrack, but one that has importance to something that I'm currently working on and actively developing. Since like 9 a.m. I didn't wake up that early, like, ever. You're lucky if I get up at 11 a.m., twins. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I made them sleep deprived. Well, why would you do that? That sounds like a you problem now that you're dealing with it. I need to quickly look something up. Megan is missing? I don't know who Megan is. Sorry, I was looking at some work-related stuff. I'm looking for this. Okay, so we've been working on a bit of a soundtrack. I believe we have 3 tracks that are currently in the works for this soundtrack that I have deemed Project Flame. I call it Project Flame because it is like an infusion of sort of what the project surrounds. And it's not tied to anything like anything important that I'm working on, but this is like something that I decided to like start sometime in like the last 2 months or something. I haven't really been able to touch it in April because I've been so busy with Project Protocol. I feel like we need to like identify all the projects that we're currently working on right now. We have Project Protocol, Project Event, Project Flame, I think, are the 3 main ones that we're working. Project Wasteland in the background, and Project Broken Mirrors 2. Technically not Project Broken Mirrors, just Broken Mirrors 2. So we have like 5 different projects that we're currently working on stream, mind you. And I would love to be working on something for a project event, but unfortunately I can't do that without sharing what it's about. So you guys are just going to wait until the trailer drops, or until the first piece of media drops, I'll say. Welcome on, Squishy Man. What is that? The Daily Hourglass, the Daily Sand is just a little collection system. You can claim one every time we stream. It's a fun little thing for people to do. I think the highest I've seen so far is 9. I think Swaggy has 9, right? Or did I see 11? I think I saw 11 the other day. I forget who has it. Fancy, yeah. It really is fancy schmancy. I managed to hook it up once again. We had it going for a couple months before the new year started, and then the system broke, and then I wasn't really inclined to fix it because I had to switch computers. So we did that, and then finally once that was moved over, I felt the need to refix it and get everything in order. Okay, so we're working on project, at least the project that I pulled up right now is Project Flame. Of course it did. Yeah, no, it really did. The most convenient timing of all. Yeah, that's supposed to go right there. That's supposed to go right here. So Project Flame is related to a project that I currently have running in the background that I'm actively developing. I'm excited to see this project particularly finish. I have, hang on, let me take a look at my project document for this. Currently, this track, this project has 20 tracks in it. And so far we've worked on, I believe, 3. 2 of them are done. 1 is currently in the works, and we're about to start a 4th one. Because I want to do more work on this. This does have a deadline that I would like it to be done. It's not enforced by anyone but other than me, but I would like it to be done. And I would like it to be further along than it currently is, considering I think I only have 3 months left to write it. And we have 20 tracks. Now, I did say that with this project, I would not do full-on track, do like full-on 20, not 20, like full on 3-minute tracks for every single one. I was more aiming at like minute 30 to 2 minutes. Yeah. 3 months for 20 tracks. Are you okay? No, definitely not. Originally, I had the idea come up in like late February, and I ran it by someone, and they were like, "It's cool, but can you complete it?" I'm like, fingers crossed. I really don't know. So today I did want to start working on a track. I have a melody here that I just literally copied off my work computer. Whenever I'm at work, I use BandLabs because it's a free website, and I don't actually keep anything on my actual hardware. So I did want to try recreating this and just seeing what it gives me, because I don't remember what it was, but right now I need a keyboard. Something to start off with, and a little bit of something. Doesn't matter what it is, it's getting deleted anyways. I just need to extend it out to 8 bars. So I don't remember exactly how this sounds, but I do remember writing it down. So we'll see how this goes. What's that in the back down to G? We're going to play around with this idea and we're going to see where it gets us. No, is that not it? No, it's not. Okay. Let me hear this right now, just see how it sounds. I might try and like speed it up and slow it down. I'm just literally putting in the melody that I've written down here. What do I need? Is that G? Yeah. Was it? Da-do. Okay, this is the full melody here. I gotta fix this very quickly. Like that. Okay, how does it sound? I think it sounded a lot better when I originally had it in my head. I think what it definitely needs is to be sped up a lot. Let's try like 150. Not even that. Take it back to 120 very quickly. And we're gonna have everything here, and we're gonna see where that gets us. Now we gotta move all this back together after we just separated it. It's fine. It's whatever. Into that. Okay, so that makes it a 2-bar melody. Okay, hearing it now like that, it's not as bad. Does it extend? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, so that's all I need from my phone. Everything else is pretty okay. Ignore the sudden silence. Anyway, I have low-key so much to yap about. Sure. What's up, cutie? Okay, put it down an octave. Wake up? I'm already awake, Buster. I'm not telling you how to make your music, but I'm also not an expert. I thought I'd just say, seems like too uniform. Could be use some variation in the third measure. It will definitely get some uniform. To me, this isn't even like the main melody. It's more of a an intro piece. So that's sort of the idea of like doing these music streams and like following the creative process is not everything's going to be set in stone. I'm very much go with the flow and see where we end up. So, like, for example, I could take, like, a random instrument. Let's do this. I don't even know what key we're in. What key are we in? G minor? Yeah, I'd say we're in G minor. So then, based on that, let's make a sea shanty. You know, maybe I should. Maybe I should, Buster. That's an interesting idea. Maybe we'll do that for a what's it called? We'll do that for a 1 hour challenge video. We'll see if we can write a sea shanty in the course of 1 hour. I think that'd be kind of fun to do. Okay, very quickly, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the other tracks that I currently have done into the project file so I can remind myself sort of what the textures are of it. It has been a while since I've actually listened to these tracks, so that's probably best if we did that. Where did they go? What project file are they under? They're down here. This is the first track. These aren't their actual names. They're just placeholder names for reasons. Reasons. Since it's my birthday, my family decided to bring cupcakes to Co-op Showcase. They were gone in like 2 seconds. Hey, at least I like them. I also remember the shark plush. I wanted a small one, but ended up getting the bigger one. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. That's comfortable AF. You know what? As long as it's something that you enjoy getting, I'd say yeah. Like, it's a good... Nothing to really complain about. Okay, this is the second track. I want to hear the first track very quickly. Because this is a very interesting soundtrack. Looks like he wants to be part of making the sea shanty. Sure. Maybe we can make that a group effort thing. Because sea shanties are usually done more as vocals than they are instrumentals. So we'd have to figure out like parts for everything. Get him on some steel drums. Theoretically, we could, yeah. I don't know. I had to actually look at sea shanties and see how they're written, because I don't think I've actually heard. I don't think I've heard a single sea shanty outside of like the Wellerman. Also got a super cool warrior cat plush. I got to gamble with cats. You got to gamble with cats. Tell me more about that. What does that mean, gamble with cats? Speaking of cats. Hang on, where's this conversation going now? Got another cat this weekend. You got another cat. Okay, well hang on, now we gotta know more about this cat. What color is it, and what's its name? Is it Tabby? His name is Olaf. Oh, that's cute actually. That's actually very cute. How's he adjusting to the new home? He adjusted immediately? Heck yeah. You'll love to see it. We're currently working on getting comfortable with other animals. That makes sense. Basically, I got a cool bag. There's 4 collect. Whoa. Hang on, I was listening to that. Basically, a cool bag. There's 4 collectible warrior cat plushies. I got main character energy. Oh, heck yeah. I think I have not read a I've not read a Warrior Cats book in probably what, over 18 years? Should I make them candy? I say go for it. I definitely say go for it. 10 out of 10. God, warrior cats. Memories. That's what I'm saying. I haven't heard the term warrior cats in a hot second. Get them out. I really like how I did the opening to this track because it's so interesting. It does not sound like me, and that's what I'm really like happy about. Is that it's like something so far out of left field. You would not know that I wrote this track, I think. Warrior cats go burr. We love experimentation. We do. We definitely do. There are some points where I feel like I'm just slipping into the same cycle of writing tracks, and we end up with a lot of similar sounding stuff. But this time around, I really want to try and get more experimentative with how I write and the ideas that I pick. I recently got super tough warrior cats sure as an early present. so tough. Oh yeah, no, when I think warrior cats, I think tough. This sounds so Minecraft, you think? Interesting that you say that. Okay, that part needs to get turned down. I don't think I actually did proper mixing on that part, because I think that was like one of the last things I added. That track in particular, I think, is starting to become like a personal favorite. Not saying it's my greatest work, but saying that it's just like a personal favorite because I do love that intro. So with that in mind, I do want to create like this new style, so in a way. Floaty track for real. You know what? I'm actually pretty happy that you say that because I think it fits pretty well with the theme of what it's originally supposed to be. I will not unveil the track names for these until release. Drink your freaking water. All right then. Water's been consumed. And look, after many hours of socializing and going all over the town, I just put on the t-shirt and just started bed running again. / joke. The birthday was awesome sauce. Well, that's good that the birthday was awesome sauce. Hydration muy importante. This is true. This is very true. Yeah, okay. I think with next to these two tracks, I think this has a very interesting start to it that I'm willing to experiment with and willing to try. Caffeine is more yummy. Mel, there's no way you're having caffeine at 9 in the evening. What are you doing, Mello? I did eat today? Okay, well, what did you eat? I want to know. Okay, I have that so far, but where do I want to go with it? Is the question. I'm gonna loop this just temporarily. We're not gonna keep it, but just in order to start building a theme. I like how that's sounding. Time I'm going to bed. Good night. Good night, Swags. Thanks for hanging around just for listening in. I had 10 bites worth of pasta for lunch and a slice of flan. Okay. Alright, remember to get some sleep, bro. Swags, I told you, I got like 12 hours last night, which is more than I've ever gotten in, like, in a hot second. I was wondering where I've heard that melody before, and I realized I've heard it in the game. You've heard this melody in the game? Hang on, what game? I need to... I wrote this in the middle of work, originally. I don't know where this melody would have come from. Animal Jam? Okay, hang on. I gotta know what track you're talking about. Because this track does not give me Animal Jam vibes right now, so I'm curious. Time good news. I ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I would hope you'd eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner on your birthday. Otherwise, I feel like that's kind of a waste of a perfectly good day. Let's try this very quickly. Okay. I'm vibing with that because it's a 4-chord melody. Remember, this is going to be so fun, aka working. You know, I would say to take your birthday off, Mello, but I feel like that'd be very hypocritical of me. Don't worry, it wasn't a waste. Well, that's good. I think, was it last year for my birthday? I think it was last year. I went to a music, a game audio convention called Game SoundCon on my birthday. I was there. My mom told me that I probably shouldn't do it, but I was like, this is kind of important, and I need to go up and do work. I need to network and do stuff. So I spent my I spent my birthday. I really just went up on my birthday, and I spent it at an Airbnb. Just working on my computer. And I had people messaging me, which was nice, but I didn't do anything that day. I was just in LA doing my thing, which I guess honestly was nice in its own right. Oh, this is gonna drive me crazy. I have the song in my head. Just need to find where. Unfortunately, co-op is temporarily over. Break, yes, yippee, yar. Apparently on Saturday of my birthday, I'm gonna get taken to the fair. Fair food and fair anything is expensive AF. Yeah, it kind of is. I do have some money set aside for the fair, though. I would like to go with our gang, Mello. If the girls are up for it. We'll see. That'll be something that I probably have to hit up Kiki about. But I'll worry about that when the time gets closer. Right now, I've got my head down in some work. I'm not really looking... My brain has not mentally passed into June yet. Actually, that's a lie. It hasn't passed the first week of June. Speaking of which, there will be... usually, every year, I will be live streaming Summer Games Fest. And I'll be commentating with my friends. This year, I will not. For the reason that I will be going in person to Summer Games Fest. So, unfortunately, I will not be able to stream. But I think Bug might be streaming. He will be... I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it. But I think I'm thinking of Mythical Morning Animal Jam. Let me take a look at this. Let me see what this is about. Yeah, we will not be doing a Summer Games Fest stream. It's in a month. Yeah, I know it's in a month. But I've got so much due at the end of the month from... a work standpoint and from other like side project standpoints. So I'm just like, whew. Okay. What am I looking up? Mythical Morning. Mythical Morning? Mystical Morning. Mystical Morning. Good Morning Animal Jam. Let me hear this track. Is this it? Do you think you're a millennial? No. I think there's two tiers of... I'm Gen Z, but there's two tiers of Gen Z. You know, actually... I kind of hear it. I can kind of hear where you're coming from with it. I kind of hear it. Yeah. Okay. I think there's some merit to it. No, but to answer your question, Buster, I'm older Gen Z, and I know that for a fact. I think there's two different types of Gen Zers: the older half and the younger half, and they are very different from each other. The younger half tends to act more like Gen Alpha. I promise you, Noah's not a millennial. What's that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean? I know, I'm just trolling. Wait, okay. Now I want to know what the stupid conversation is. What are you guys talking about in that VC? Y'all know my stage fright, right? Well, today at co-ops, one of my friends tried to force me on stage. They didn't even go to my class. They called me a scaredy cat. Like, what the yowie? You don't have to do it. Like, the beautiful thing about peer pressure is it can be non-existent if you really don't want it to. Millennial burger restaurants. Are you saying I make burgers at a millennial burger restaurant? Like, what does that mean? After a while, if we're trying to force me on stage, I turned around and said, listen, I don't know who you think you are comparing me to, but I cannot be the person you need me to be right now. You know what? That's fair. That's completely fair. No means no. Don't let people try and force you to do something you don't want to do. So if he calls burgers handheld, or if he had the urge to sell overpriced burgers. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. What I'm thinking after this is a synth going boom, boom. Do you have the urge to sell overpriced burgers? You know, these days, I really feel like I do. I really just want to sell overpriced burgers and give you a drink that's not worth the money that you're paying. Hate to say it. I want to make a quick buck. Exactly. Like, damn. I had Jersey Mike's for the first time today. It was amazing, but $12? Okay. I don't know what it is, but I surround myself with people who really like sandwiches. And for some reason, I found myself in a relationship with a girl who really liked Jersey Mike's, stood by Jersey Mike's, and like would not like ever eat any other sandwich place. Now I have a friend who really likes Submarina. I don't know how this came to be. Never in my life have I ever met a person who liked Subway. And I have to agree with that fact of, like, Subway is just shit compared to the other two. But where I stand with Jersey Mike's and Submarina, I cannot tell you. They're both good. I actually do really like going to both. Subway is McDonald's That is so true. That is so true, actually. I cannot deny that. It really is just, like... it really is just, like, cheap subs. My guilty pleasure. We went to mini golfing today and I saw an Arby's and literally said, oh, don't let time see this. Who was I beefing with? Oh, one of the Soulcraft members, Stardust Libby, was streaming today, and I think it was Buster who asked her what her thoughts were on Arby's, and she said, yeah, I like the roast beef sandwich, and I went, ah! You gotta be joking me. Arby's sucks ass. It actually, like, every single fast food chain under Arby's needs to get burned to the ground. Every single one of their locations. Arby's is the only fast food chain we have here. It's so bad. I say this with all confidence. The only thing worth like considering eating is their curly fries. Anything else on the menu, hard pass. Arby's lives in bro's mind permanently. The only reason it does is because people keep sending me shitty reels about their meat mountain. I'm looking at you, Buster. It's also Jonah who does it. Both of them send me Arby's stuff, and it pisses me off. They also have a really good shake. I haven't actually tried their shake. Dad, I miss you and Mom. It's so Hang on. That's getting a screenshot. That's getting a screenshot. I'm saving that for a rainy day. Where do I put this? Oh, I'll put this in my private server where I store a bunch of stuff. I'll put that under miscellaneous stuff, and I'll save that for a rainy day. I keep forgetting that we have a Discord. This is true. We do have a Discord, and I do post any like covers that we make. The way that Mom doesn't like sandwiches though. She doesn't. What the heck is happening? Oh, welcome on in, Bug. Happy Arby's Day? Fuck you. Fuck you. Go eat sand, Butterman. Go pound some sand. There's nothing under Arby's because literally the worst. No, it is. It actually is. Like Jack in the Box, I was talking about this as well. Jack in the Box has shit food, but at least their breakfast menu has some stuff that's worth eating. Happy Meat Mountain Day. It's not Meat Mountain Day. Shut up. Don't say beef. You know Arby's uses everything but like standard meats, and it sucks. Their food genuinely is just atrocious. Horse ankles? Yeah, I'm convinced they use like horse ankles and like armadillo meat. I don't know what they use. It ain't it. It just ain't it. What were we doing? We were working on a base. Let me start off with the base that I created. Get our arpeggiation. I think you should eat an Arby's sandwich. It'll change you. It changed Dax and Rod Wave. Into what? Into a pile of ash? No, I'm okay. I'd rather not contract the plague from food. No, there's a very specific base that I'm looking for, and I don't know what it is. Dax and Rodwave Arby's music tour? Why? Arby's, they don't deserve the meat. Makes sense. At this point, they're feeding us the retired employees. Dude, if they're feeding us the retired employees, it's crazy. I was going to get sandwiches for the MTFPG gang when we went to Beetlejuice, and remember that Mom doesn't like sandwiches. Yeah, she's not a fan. She's very picky. She likes comfort foods? She does. I feel bad. We were up in LA, and she wasn't feeling the greatest at the time. And I was running to a gas station. I asked her, I was like, "Do you want anything?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll take peanut butter pretzels." Not pretzels. Peanut butter M&Ms. And unfortunately, this gas station sucked. The only thing that they had there was peanut M&Ms and regular M&Ms. She does not like peanut M&Ms. Well, okay, she'll eat them, but they aren't like they rank pretty low for her. But then again, human meat can taste like pig, chicken, Worst gas station ever. It was insane. It was actually like the most open floor plan of a gas station I've ever seen. If I had, hang on, if I had to draw it out, where's paint? Give me paint. If I had to draw it out, like, okay, here was the layout. Okay, I thought that was a rectangle. It was rectangle like this. This back area was closed off because it was like an old like counter that they just weren't using. So that's immediately gone. We had the cash register over here. And then like the coffee counter back here. We had the fridges for like all the drinks right here. And then in the center we had boom. Boom. That's it. Just snacks. This gas station for some reason has snacks here, 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 and here, and then here, 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 and here. The worst gas station I've ever seen. What the hell do you mean you only have 2 middle stands for for snacks? Not okay, even like the fridges weren't that big either. It was like maybe sectioned off like this, maybe. Like in 4s. Damn, Twitch versus YouTube. Wait, hang on. What is happening right now? You should try Arby's instead. What the fuck is it with you and Arby's? Go pound rocks. Go back to the time me and my tough friend group, O and M, I guess, walked down to the gas station one day. The sun was setting. We come back. When we came back, worth it. The gas station employees watching this in silence. I swear, if that gas station. Okay, well, it's not the gas station employees that's the problem. It's whoever runs it, like whoever the manager is. It's like it was beyond me. This gas station sucked. Anyway, so yeah, I found because I guess like they had gums and like candy all like here underneath the counter in like this really small compartment where they only had 2 types of M&Ms. Outbound is $30. I'm not surprised. In all honesty, I miss the days when smaller titles were a little bit cheaper. Gas station hot dog that's been there for 4 days, and Arby's roast beef sandwich. I take my bets with the hot dog. In all honesty, I feel like the hot dog would give me less hard of a time and less food poisoning than an Arby's roast beef sandwich. The manager watching this in silence. I hope he is. I seriously hope he is. I didn't even say like what gas station it was, but I hope he knows. I hope he knows. Okay. What are we doing again? Oh yeah, we're looking for a base. I don't even know what I'm... I don't know what I'm looking for, in all honesty. Let me listen to this again. I think, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That is what I'm looking for. Okay. I don't think my playing was that close, but let's take a look. Let's see how close it was. Yeah, not the worst in the world. No roller dogs? They done sold out. Damn it. I got 2 eggs to eat. Are you saying you got 2 eggs from a gas station to eat, Mello? Is that what you're... Please tell me that's not what you're saying. I actually would not trust gas station eggs if they were the last thing on earth to eat. Ooh, slay. Slay. Thank you. I got cookies and cream pretzels. They were so peak. For some reason, M was the only person... to get one thing because she paid for it. Girl, I gave you $20. She scanned me. That's fair. That's a fair sentimentality. Actually, I'm gonna just do this. there we go. Okay, these get shifted over. Okay, I want these to be longer and these to be shorter. Go ahead and give me... Oh, it's because I'm messing with the wrong one. Would you guys be 16th notes? Baseline slaps? Heck yeah. EXO! How you doing, EXO? Did you get home safe? My whole body hurts. I bet it does. I bet it does. For some reason, I think the only aches that I walked away with are just my calves. My calves are the only thing that feel like somewhat sore. I heard you through Exo's mic, so I'm here now. Hey, Roz. How's it going? How are you doing, Roz? I'm trying to make sure. Is everything... Yeah, everything's good. Okay, I'm liking that so far. Let's listen to this in context. Only one thing I missed, typed. Oh, not one thing I missed. She got two things while repeatedly said, you guys can only get one thing. Oh, so she just stole $20 from you. Got it. Okay. That one's off. Also, these need to be longer. These need to be shifted like that. Perfect. Okay. I was gonna say, what if the baseline started 4? I started after 4, but the tension kind of hits. It does. So this piece isn't really about like building tension or building fear. It's called The Detective. And it's about a character that's sort of like unraveling mysteries. I think the closest track that I would want to replicate, and this is just like off the whim, would be The Court from my game Court Mess. This track sort of invokes that similar feeling of like tension, but also like wonder and mystery more than it does that tension. Like, it's still there, but I'm not gonna say any track titles till release. He said temporarily it's called The Detective. That's the project, that's the track title that I gave for this project file. We are 498 subs. Are we really 2 subs away? Holy crap. We're 2 YouTube subs away. How many? We're 16 Twitch followers away from that custom cocktail stream, which I'm still very excited for. But and you guys will get to see me. You guys will get to see me mix drinks for the first time, which will be really cool. Yeah, like this track in particular, I would want to like be the closest. I think throughout the whole thing, it really carries that like sort of sense of tension. It goes through 2 different key changes, I believe. It's in the last minute, I think. And then adds a little bit more tension. The track was written to be. This track was written to be very interactive and meant to be broken down like chunk by chunk for a game. I think it works pretty well. I wonder if I still have that Wise project file. I'm gonna look. I don't know if I do, but I'm gonna look because it's actually very, very cool to look at. Where would it be? It'd be on my F drive. Wise projects? No, it wouldn't be here. Actually, no, it wouldn't. It'd be under the Unity projects, I think. Is this it? I think this is it. Hang on. Open up this. This will be very interesting. Ah, great. I'm signed out of Wise. Thank you for nothing, you useless application. What the fuck? Okay, it's making me do a CAPTCHA. Alright, that's funny. That's real funny. Welcome back. Oh, thank you. Remind me tomorrow. I don't need a launch reminder. What? This update will change the way files are organized? Oh, please tell me that you're not. Okay. Do I have to migrate? If not, I don't want to. Okay, what is testing grounds? I actually don't know what testing grounds is. Hang on, I'm moving this over here. Deactivate. You know who else is deactivated? So these are written already, or what step are we on? So the track that I just played is already written. That was written a couple years ago. As part of like a group assignment. Group assignment? No, part of a homework assignment. For school, which I'm trying to find that file. If I open this now, is it gonna complain to me? Okay, we don't have to do this. Okay. Clearly, it's being a pain in my ass. I just want the Nightmares project file. Can you not give that to me? Okay, fine. Migrate. I do not care. The project cache has been deleted because it was generated with an older version. Motherfucker, just give me the project file. Okay. We're gonna find a bit of a side tangent here. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. What? Yeah, I tend to do this stuff a little bit. Okay. Is this working? Okay, please work. Yes. Okay, that's all working. So this is, we're gonna do a bit of a side tangent into game development here, because I find this really interesting. So, I made a small video game for my class. I actually don't know if I have the game file anymore. I would need to re-export it. I have the project file. I just don't know if I have the actual game file. Time when I said how many watching in silence. The view count went from 2 to 1. Guys, I mean, I don't really care about view count. I'm vibing. We're okay. I forgot how much I like eggs. Eggs are pretty good. You can make them in several different ways. Keeps it pretty interesting sometimes. But yeah, so this is a project file for the back end of like music development. It's called a middleware. So it's sort of the middle space between writing music like this and then actually putting it in game. This is sort of what controls all the music. So I wrote a piece. I think I took like Worlds Beyond Our Own or something. This is the main menu music? Yeah, okay, so I took Worlds Beyond Our Own, Magic of the Forest, and I just used that as... I use that as my main menu music. So, this in the bottom corner, that's like barely visible, is a thing called Game State. I'm going to set it to main menu, and I'm going to walk you through how all this works. So let me go ahead and open all these up. Actually, okay. Let's back up a bit. I'm going to show you how the music is actually written, and then we'll go into how it works. So we have... So the track that we just heard, The Court, from Court Mass, got broken down and put into different segments. So here is like one segment of the music. Not that. Not that either. Can you just... Okay, hang on. Play what I want you to play. Okay, so like here's part 1. Music 1A. You know what? Boys are confusing girls. Girls are confusing boys. Non-binaries confuse the gendered. Hello. Why did it say... What did I say, Manny? I meant to say manager. If when you're raging at like the gas station or something. So inspired from this, basically. Kind of, yeah. So the track that we're currently writing is inspired by this. So that's like music segment A. Here's music segment B. So they're different like segments broken up into smaller pieces. And then we have another one right here. And then we have segment 3 for different game areas. It works on a timer. So this game in particular, you have to survive like a wave of enemies. And so like as the timer ticks down, it's gonna reach a certain point, and then the music will switch over. I believe it's what is the timer for this? I don't remember. That probably would be wise to have, but I don't have the timer on hand. Yeah, like we can see this a little bit better. And then we have like our transitions here as well. And I also have some stingers here for when you lose. I think I have yeah. So I literally broke the track down into like its core elements. And now if we switch the game state, why did you move like that? If we switch the game state to gameplay and hit play, okay, hang on, we gotta go back up here, right? No, up one more. Actually, can we see it from here? We can see it from here, probably. Okay. So we're starting... We should be starting up here on this track. We're going to play that once. And what's going to end up happening is it's going to start swapping through all of these. So you start hearing transitions and crosses between them. And this music can play infinitely. If I left this going, you probably wouldn't know that it was repeating itself until probably a couple minutes in. Which is the whole point of doing this interactive scoring, is... Good loop? Yeah. It's built to be, like, really seamlessly into each other, and that's the awesome thing about designing music for games. I love it. It's super cool. Where's the parameter for this, though? I want to find it. Because I can change the, It's not that, no. It's in the default work unit? Switch container... It's not that. No, I'm missing a window here. I think I am. Nope, it's this one. Okay, hang on. Okay, so we have a timer set for 100 seconds. Where can we see this? Where can we watch this go down? It had to be this container, I think. But that's not going to let me do its thing. Okay. Alright. So our state of gameplay. Let's go back out to the default work unit? No, we have to go under here, I think. Okay, and if I move this timer past 60, so if we get... Was it 60? No, it wasn't 60. What was it? It wasn't 50, was it? I genuinely forget how this project file works. It's been so long since I've worked on it. I'm trying to remember how everything was built. Oh boy, I do not remember. Okay, just start the gameplay state. Are you working now? No, because you should have switched by now if you were working. Fun, fantastic. Okay. Yeah, something's definitely broken here. Anyway, point being... Damn update, blame the update. Oh, I do. I blame the Wise update every time without fail. Point being, though, like, we can see, like, how this track was sort of created and, like, the dark mysteries that it was meant to convey when it was originally created. That's sort of the idea that I want going into this, but with a little bit of a different twist on it. Different instrumentation, as well as just different context to it. So that's the idea that I want going into this. sounds. Could just be because I'm listening to Subnautica music again, but I do want voices in this. Oh, there's one that I really want to use, but I don't remember its number. Am I willing to go through this whole list? Wait, hang on, did I just see it? No, I saw the zoo. I'm looking for the ego. Wherever that may be. I see the Traveler, Far Cry, Tearing, Dinker, Luscious Pad, Vocal Organ, Eve. I don't even remember what number it was or like what. Oh, here it is. 176. Okay. That's right. I gotta change some of this. You get turned into Steamy Rise. Turn off the flux, I believe. What were you supposed to turn into? I forget. Or were you supposed to go off? Nope, hang on. No, you're supposed to be Steamy Rise. I thought... Oh, because I didn't change it. There we go. I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna stick though, because it's so it's a little obscure. Will not lie. It's cool. I'm not entirely sold on it, though. Because the problem is I feel like it's a little too spacious for the world that we're creating for this particular one. It's not long enough, methinks. It's not, but I also don't know if I want to keep it in general. The thing is, it's also fighting the rhythm. So we got the bass that's sort of like bum, bum, bum. And the vocals have their own different rhythm. And so it's creating like this really weird like syncopation that's not lining up the way I would want it to. Writing a track like this. I think it'd work really well if this were a different concept. Yeah, I'm thinking it would work better in a different concept, but for this one in particular, not vibing with it. So I'm willing to shop around for a few different samples. I'm not entirely sure that anything will come up, though. Whoa. Okay, let's try pad. I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna put a pin in this one specifically for a different project that we're working on. VST samples is EXH. What was this? Doggy Dreams. And then for the number, that is 145. I'm saving that for later. I feel like we could do something cool with that. Let's try Odyssey. Just something off the whim. Nope. Let's try something airy, actually. We're thinking Black Hills, maybe? That vocal is so good, though. It eats on the bass line. Should we try it? What was it? The doggy vocals? What was it? 145? Talking about the echo. Oh, okay, okay. What's Interstellar? Is this gonna sound like the Interstellar soundtrack? This one is very interesting. It just sounds so galactic. It kind of does. I'm kind of liking it. Let's try Luscious Pad. I'm not liking that. What's up, EB? How's it going? I'm gonna take off pad actually. I'm looking for. Well, okay, hang on. I actually do want airy and pad, but it's got to be both. I don't know if we're gonna be able to find what's angel dust out of curiosity. Nope. Okay, what's up with you very quickly? If we turn that off. There's something off about this, and I don't know what it is. It sounds too much like it's in a can. I'm not looking for anything that's like over the top like that. Anyway, kitchen robbery? Yeah, I'd say go for kitchen robbery. I already tried that. What about shaping liquids? Interesting. Secret garden. Kind of surprised you're looking for vocals so early into the song. The thing is, like, I don't really know what I'm looking for. I think for a song like this, part of the fun is like experimenting as we go. And I feel like getting like some of the instruments sorted out early in the mix will create more of like the defining features of like how the song will end up going. Because I think like if I do include vocals or if I don't, that'll greatly affect like what direction we're taking in, like what melodies we do. I don't know. Playing around, seeing what sticks. I don't know if they have any Lunchables. We definitely have Dr. Pepper though. I'd say just grab anything that you can, snack wise or actually getting some food. I actually do like this one. But I don't like the detuned one, so can we do like something like this maybe? Oh, well that's why, because physically detuned. How do I okay, there we go. Bring you back to 0 very quickly. No, go back. Go back. Do we even need a rhythm to this? Oh, even better. Okay, so it's you. What are you doing to cause that? It's not you. What are you? Is it the filter? I don't... Is it you? It is you. What the fuck? Okay, if I don't want that, though... I'm confused. Why can we not just play the sample? Why can we not just play the whole freaking sample? What's going on here? What do you have to be on? What is making you stay on? Maybe we can get away with this. How does that sound? I think I'm actually gonna ditch the vocal idea for now. I'm gonna mute it. For now at least. Not sure if we'll bring it back, but I have different ideas in mind that I want to try. It was cool, but it started sounding a little flat. Yeah, that was also something I was hearing that I just wasn't vibing with. There is something that I want to hear though. I want to try. What are you called? It's like Dream. Okay. Give it a new pattern. Something a little dreamy. I actually do kind of like that. I actually do kind of like that. That actually did go pretty hard. Because that can lead into a really good transition piece that revs up after that. Real? I got an ad saying the Backrooms movies is out. That's fire. Yeah, it is dropping this month. Is it like 11 days from now? Yeah, I want to say it's like 2 weeks from now. That's coming out. Kitchener go burr. Kitchener go burr. Popcorn go burr. Or pop. Yeah. Sorry, I did see something earlier. A certain hater of mine came back and left like 4 comments just saying, ew, your content's so ew. And all that stuff. I genuinely did not care, but I know we'll say next time if they do that shit. Wait, why can't people just mind their own business? Is it the 29th? I thought it was actually, when was it? It's either the 29th or 22nd. What are we seeing here? 29th. Yeah. I'm excited. I want to go see that movie. That's going to add to the pile of movies that I have to go see. Right now, we're currently sitting at the list being Hopper, Project Hail Mary, Super Mario Galaxy. I believe there was one that just came out. Mortal Kombat 2, The Backrooms, Devil Wears Prada 2. Yeah. So that's like, what, 6 movies that I got to go see? I genuinely just have not had the time to go to the theaters. And I know at this point... Michael, yeah, that is one that I want to go see as well. There are so many. There's so many movies, guys. There are movies in the theaters that I have been seeing that I'm just like, I'll skip. I think, let me check. Every Monday morning, I get a newsletter on, like, the box office and, like, seeing where things are. So let me quickly check to see what's in the box office this weekend. This is in order of how much they made. Devil Wears Prada 2, Mortal Kombat 2, Michael, The Sheep's Detective. That one I was like, okay, that's probably skip worthy. I haven't really heard a whole lot on it. Dad, can we go watch any one of them together? You want to? We can. I'll have to find the time, but I'm down for that. This one I did not know was in theaters until I saw on this list. Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft. I didn't know that Billie Eilish was doing a like one of those like concert documentaries. That's interesting. Yeah, Billie Eilish. Yes, the Billie Eilish. Everyone be doing those these days. The other people that I've seen so far are like Taylor Swift and 21 Pilots, which I really enjoyed the 21 Pilots one. Um, I know that the Taylor Swift one has some polarizing reviews purely based off the audiences that went to go see them. So I'm not going to speak to that one because I also didn't see it. The other movies that are out are Project Hail Mary, Hokum, which I'm not sure what that one is. That's been in the theater for 2 weeks. Deep Water, which has also been in theater for 2 weeks, and then Animal Farm. I don't mind if BTS have some making tour documentaries. Oh, BTS has also been making them? Those have flown under my radar, in all honesty. I don't think I've seen any. Which, I mean, to be fair, no news is good news in this case. If I hear that. What is it? Kind of an autobiography, but a movie? It's like based off of their tours and like, yeah, like. Because it's like they'll take a camera crew around and like do some like backstage filming. Usually for these for one night of the tour or something. Sometimes it'll be like a week or something. So it's like a concert experience mixed with like extra stuff for like a movie type release. It's interesting. BTS usually don't have them public. It's kind of a fan thing. Interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, then the 10th movie in the box, 10th best movie in the box office is Animal Farm, which in all honesty, I don't really want to go see Animal Farm. It kind of looks a little stupid. And I know there's a decent cast behind it, but like genuinely, I just cannot get behind the idea of it. Yeah, Animal Farm. It's like a 3D cartoon retelling animation of the book. But it stars who was it? Andy Serkis, I think, is who I saw doing like most of the promo for it. Yeah, for some reason, it is the 10th highest movie in the box office this week. Supergirl comes out in a month. This is true. It does come out in a month. That's also something I'm excited for. There are so many movies this month, and I told myself that I would be going to go see more movies this year because I am starting to encapsulate film scoring into my my wheelhouse more consistently now, just based on the projects that I've been doing. I should probably be more into the film industry than I currently am. So I got a lot of stuff to see and not a whole lot of time to see it. Plus, Bug and I have been trying to do this podcast. Toy Story 5, I honestly don't know if I'm going to go see. I feel like that's it's questionable. In all honesty, I'm one of the people that say it should have ended at 3. Yeah, Toy Story 5 is pushing it. What is going bald? Scary movie. Guys, I'm waiting for White Chicks 2 to come out. Let's be real. There was supposed to be the end before ended it. It really did. I really don't think 4 should have been created. Okay, let me hear this again just so I can get Robert was successful. What's the haul? What do we get? What are the goods? Oh, Jesus, way much further than I thought. Okay, do I want to add anything to this? I thought the whole ending of 4 was Andy ruining running from the toy life with Bo Peep. Why is there a fifth? I have feelings about this. No, it really should have been just Woody accepting that. Because, I mean, okay, so for the first 3 movies, his motives were already set, and it felt like they were so hard in stone about him being Andy's toy and about being that a toy for a kid. And then you make the 4th movie where he breaks that ideology. I feel like it should have been something that was either like an arc that was created over all 4 movies, or it should not have been done at all. You can't just take that personality and change it in the span of a movie. His whole personality changed, yes. It just feels rushed, especially for a toy that in context, has been a kid's toy for years upon years upon years. And you're telling me that, because what? Woody and Andy were together since like what? Like 8 years old? And he went off to college? That's already like what? 10 years of being a toy? 10 years of that same routine? And then he went to Bonnie and was in the process of doing the same routine. And in like what, 2 nights or something that he wasn't with Bonnie, all of a sudden, all that progress just got wiped off the face of the earth, and he changed mindsets. I feel like contextually, there's a huge problem. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? That's my 2 cents, though. Okay, so if I wanted to go ahead and add on a... How's that going to sound? Yeah, okay. I'm seeing potential here. Original creators quit the movie/game project and the entire motive changed. It really just sucks. You can tell that this was Disney sort of forcing them to make another sequel. Like, I'm not even like all that excited for like The Incredibles 3. I was so excited for Incredibles 2, and then they did literally nothing with it. It was kind of a nothing burger, and I was like, okay, this is a problem. It's also been 40 years since Top Gun came out. You know, I keep forgetting that Top Gun was 40 years ago. There's going to be a 3rd Incredibles? We're losing the plot. We're losing the plot of so many things. It's actually insane. They are just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, and not a whole lot of it is sticking right now. I also might go out this weekend. Oh, that'll be fun. What do you plan on doing, Mello? We're losing the plot of Minecraft, and it has no plot. I think we really lost the plot of Minecraft when Microsoft took over. Hate to break it. I need an instrument that's gonna work here for like a melody. Sounds like an Animal Jam song again. I feel like this is not Animal. We're starting to lean away from the Animal Jam references here. Maybe go watch a movie or go to a cafe. I don't know. I'll see if I'm free this weekend, Mello. We can go see a movie. I'd be down for that. I wonder if Animal Jam artists use these samples. I don't think so. When was Animal Jam even created? I think it was before Omnisphere was. Launched in 2010. Man, it's really ugly, hard to get over how ugly Pro Tools is. You know, to an extent, I agree. That's a going 0 divided by you. Well, come on in. Up until 20.1, was fire, but now it's too much. Honestly, I feel like this update that's coming up with, like, the sulfur cubes is really interesting. I've never seen the community band together to make such destructive things than they have with this. I really wish they'd care even a little bit about the UI, especially on Windows. Yeah. Yeah, everything's just kind of ugly at this point. I think it's gotten to the point now where I'm just blind. And I can't, like... It doesn't even cross my mind anymore that it's just this bland looking. Phantom Vortex, trust. Oh, I would love to see them do crazy stuff. I hate using Pro Tools on Windows. I'm gonna share my mindset because I'm going crazy. No, that's fair. We all gotta share our mindsets whenever we're going crazy. But yeah, no, I'm not the biggest fan of Pro Tools. And actually, I actively despise Pro Tools, but unfortunately, it's the DAW that I'm most proficient in and the one that I am certified in. So, kind of got to get my money's worth out of that. Oh, I just found out there's a new cookie called Timekeeper Cookie and immediately thought, Insanity, Time Traveler, that you? What on earth is a Timekeeper Cookie? I think everyone hates Pro Tools, it's just the best. I think right now, or I should say, not right now, but Pro Tools is an industry standard, but I think a lot of people are deviating away from that. I've seen a lot of people mention Reaper these days, and I haven't tried Reaper, but I should probably start getting into it. I'm proficient in a few things. It's crazy because the theming has gotten better, the dark mode, the colors, but the actual elements like faders, inserts, and especially encompassing windows just look bad. I actually really hate the windows. They're using Windows 7. Windows 7. It sucks. I can't, like, genuinely, like, the buttons right here are just Windows 7. How long, like, you say that and I just saw it. Oh my god. This has bothered me for years on end. Like, genuinely. Okay, hang on. Let's go and let me pull up a stream very quickly of, like, one of the first times that I used Pro Tools. I don't even know when that was, but I can probably find it. Or at least a stream close to it. Great, my studio just broke. Fun fact, Armor 3 Windows are Windows 7. Oh, beautiful. Just add proper multi-monitor mode too. I would love that so much, but it sucks. Why are you telling me that I have this window here and I can't drag it to my second monitor? Do you know how insane that would be if I had, like, because I have 3 monitors. Boom, boom, boom. Imagine if I had one for editing and mix. Okay, why is it that the only window that I can drag out is my media player? Like, if I toss a video in here, I'm not going to do it now because I would actually start up a fire on my computer. If I toss in a video here, why is that the only one I can drag out of the window? Why is it nothing else? Why can I not drag out any of the important windows? Genuinely, like, why? Why? Why do you suck, Pro Tools? But the reason I bring up, try using Windows plus tap, I don't know what that is. Oh, Windows tab? It's not gonna do anything. I've been using Reaper, Pro Tools, Ableton Live for a long time, and of them, the only one that's fairly pleasant to use is Live. I have Ableton Live, I think 12. Not the most recent one, but whatever one came before it. Because I had to take a class that required me to buy it. And in all honesty, I much prefer the fact that I only need to pay one time to use the DAW. This I have to pay yearly for, and it's a fucking nightmare. Musicians usually stick with Apple. I'm sure that's why. They stick with Apple to use Logic. Logic's really good. And as much as I would like to use Logic, it's not physically available to me. And I also hate Mac OS. It's actually a pain in the ass. I like owning it forever, purchase to own, etc. Yeah. 100 to 600 a year? It's not worth it. It's really not. FL Studio. Okay, I'm not. Technically, yes, FL Studio can work. Would I use it? Probably not. Noah, change your studio, please. I would love to. You know, I would just absolutely love to. Okay, is this one of the live streams from that use Pro Tools? I actually don't know. The answer is no. We're way too far back. I don't even know like when the first time I used Pro Tools on stream was. We're in June. Okay, well I hit the wrong button. Actually, no, hang on, I didn't. Is it this? Is this one of the first streams I did? No, it isn't. What the heck? Okay. You can buy the perpetual license of Pro Tools, but Avid is one of the scummiest companies in the game. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it sucks because they are the most common. They are... If you're working in, like, the film industry and you're working in, like, large studios, Avid is the go-to. And I'm just like, can we please get anything else? It's changing. Don't get me wrong. It's changing. But that's one of the reasons... That's, like, the only reason, really, that I picked up Pro Tools to begin with. That, and I had I got my hands on an iLok. Tom, I think I have a problem. What makes you think... Why do you have a problem? What is the problem? But, like, the one that I really wanted, and the one that I was going to go for to use was Cubase. I was going to go with Cubase, and I know that's like an old man software. It's an old man DAW. But I was going to use it because that was the one I was most familiar with. Before even, like, starting to use computer DAWs. Yup, although I find that independent artists are more so these days just using what they have. They are. They really are. I've seen a lot of people use, like, Ableton, FL Studio, and I think Reaper are, like, the main three that I'm seeing these days. I've heard good things about Cubase. So the way that I got into writing music was because my favorite... Sorry, I had a random tab open. I was trying to figure out what it was. My favorite composer at the time was using Cubase to write, and he was using it for his streams. And so I was watching him do his workflow, and I was actually starting to get really familiar with like where things were in the UI. I jumped over to Pro Tools. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Which is it's crazy. What the? Who is this? Someone's just trying to send me a friend request on Discord, and I have no friends in common. I have no servers in common. I don't know what they're trying to do. I'd really like to put more effort into learning Dorico for composition. Learning Sibelius is already a nightmare, but I got through it kind of fast. I'm gonna sound like such an old man. I'm gonna sound like such an old man when I say this. I use Finale. Actually, shit. That just reminded me. Oh no. I upgraded my setup and I put in a new operating software. I don't have Finale anymore. And the problem with that is I don't think I can get it anymore because the company that ran Finale got bought out by Dorico, as you mentioned. So I think now I have to physically re-buy Dorico, even though I had a license for Finale. And I had so much music too. Like, okay, hang on. Where, like, I think I still have my Finale session somewhere. They're not going to be in this folder, are they? No, they're going to be in this drive. They're going to be under music and data documents. Finale projects. Yeah, they're literally right here. You can still license it. They changed that. Oh, okay, okay. Whew, I thought my projects were gone. Actually, it was Sibelius' team that got bought by Dorico. Really? Wait, okay. Steinberg. Oh, okay. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sibelius is Avid, right? Yeah, Sibelius is Avid. So it's Pro Tools, I believe. I forget what their media one is for editing. That one's used a lot in film. and then Sibelius for their sheet music. Everything sort of goes hand in hand. In the past 2 days, I've gone from 20 minutes to 18.6 hours of Halo: The Master Chief Collection. I beat Reach, CE, and 2/3 of Halo 2 in 2 days. You know what? That sounds like a great day. That sounds like an absolutely fun day. The Finsbury Park team was purchased from Avid's ownership at the time after getting fired when cost cutting. Interesting. Very interesting. I've been recording random Minecraft sounds for like the past 15 minutes because I don't know how to record replay mod audio. How are we talking? Like, are we talking what's it called? Like audio from like the game, or like because I think I've never really had to worry about replay mod audio, considering it just gets like cut whenever I'm editing, because I usually use it for time lapses. But I thought it just recorded everything in game, including audio, or I built the world file with audio included. Then they hire a whole Russian replacement dev team because whoops, we need these people fired. We fired. Who would have thunk? People that do their job. Not when it renders the video. Interesting. I didn't know that it didn't. That's actually really weird. I didn't know that. But yeah, like I have all my project files here for not Pro Tools, for Finale. I'm gonna be very upset if I can't get my hands on it, because I've been using Finale for longer than I've been writing music. I think, is it 12 years at this point? 12 years I've been using Finale for projects here and there until I started writing music, and then it became my main go-to for exporting sheet music. Man, I would be really pissed if I can't get a copy of Finale. I know my mom has one on her computer. By the way, what audio interface are you using, and what plugins do you like to work with? I use the Universal Audio Volt 2. So the funny thing, I had an old mixer that I was using. It wasn't even a proper audio interface, but it did the job. And it died on me. So I went to like a local music store, and I was like, "Hey, I need the Focusrite Scarlett, like eye to eye." And the guy's like, "Yeah, you don't want that." So he recommended me the Universal Audio Volt 2, which is the exact same product, $10 cheaper, does the exact same thing, but it will not like. I think it's like. Yeah, Volt 2 is pretty good from what I've seen. Measures pretty well. It's literally just like, I think Universal Audio created it to literally give like the middle finger to Focusrite. Be like, fuck you, we got one too. And then just like made it $10 cheaper. So I'm like, okay, if it's $10 cheaper, I guess. Like, what's the harm in that? And I got it with a warranty too, just in case, because I wasn't sure. I've never used Universal Audio products. I know people tend to use the Apollo too, which I use at work. That is my work interface. The Modu M2 is my favorite budget interface. Has loopback, has some other necessities. Let me take a look at that one very quickly. Oh, I've seen this one. Yeah. I think even like... I think that's priced around what I got for my Volt 2. The Volt 2 might be like just slightly cheaper, because right now I'm seeing prices for $200 USD. I think I got my Volt 2 for like 185 or something. It was like just slightly cheaper. I forget. I had to look at the receipt, which I probably don't have anymore. But I'm using the Army UCX2. Let me take a look at that one. Army UCX2. This one I'm familiar with. This one I've seen before on a few different rigs. It's not my go-to, but I have been considering like the brand for like wider input audio interfaces. So like if I'm doing like drum recordings, this is one of the brands that I did see that I was eyeballing for like their 4-channel interface or whatever. I need like an 8-channel interface. But I didn't put too much thought into that, considering I don't actually have physical drums at the moment. But it was definitely something I was starting to budget out for, and I was willing to consider. Unfortunately, that's just not how things panned out. It's on. I put a pin in it, but it's not where things are at the moment. Anyway, it's been a while. Let's take a listen to. Actually, there's not really a whole lot to listen to right now. We were looking for a melody instrument. I could use this. I don't know about that. They're incredible, super reliable drivers on any systems. Full mixing via Total Mix FX. Loop back on every channel. That's actually pretty impressive. I might need to look into that. Do you have any plugin preferences for stuff? Could be instruments or effects. I do actually. Omnisphere is my #1 go-to for 90% of my work. Every single one of my tracks uses at 90% like Omnisphere, just because it has like such a variety of sounds, and I really like the library. It is very expensive though. Surprisingly, this was the first plugin that I got. There's a story to that. But yeah, I got it because I really liked the Subnautica Below Zero soundtrack, and Omnisphere was the main one that was the main sample that was being used for that. Some others that I really like. Contact has a lot of stuff that I like. Recently, I've been using a lot of Analog Strings. I've been using Ethereal Earth, Exhale, Signal, and Irish Harp. Another one that I've been using for my lyrical music, especially for the latest album that I've been working on, is the band Sleep Token. Their drummer put out a small like VST sample for his drums, and they sound so good. I love these drums so much. Actually, this is a bad idea. I should probably not be loading another instrument on top of an instrument. In terms of mixing, I really like FabFilter Pro Q 3. This is an amazing plugin for visual EQ. Pro Tools does not come with a visual EQ, and that fucking pisses me off. I really need one, especially for looking at how it's affecting the mix. But visually seeing how the waveforms are looking is something that's kind of important to me. I'm gonna go play Halo GL. Peace. All right, see ya, PB. What else we got? Dynamics, I use stock compressor. Not really a whole lot there. Reverb, stock as well. Stuff that comes with Pro Tools. I'm trying to get my hands on like more on more products, but I also want to make sure that for the plugins I buy that they're like important and that I want to use them. For instruments, I've been really impressed with Pigments by Arturia. I also love FabFilter plugins. I always use them for their no hassle business model. Yeah, FabFilter is so good. Hang on, what's this? I want to see what Pigments is. Pigments by Arturia. That's actually a really nice user interface. What does it sound like? Can I get a sample? Very synth heavy. Are there any like tracks that I can like quickly play on? Okay, very like synth heavy, which is good. I'm kind of needing more stuff like this. Two synth engines both support wavetable samples and wavetable sample and analog modes. That's actually pretty good. I think right now what I'm really looking at is I've been looking at Serum, specifically Serum 2, I believe is what I'm looking for. I need more bases, specifically. I love Omnisphere. Don't get me wrong. Omnisphere is a really good plugin with a lot of utility. I have learned so much about music engineering from this program. I feel like, though, it's not really geared towards like the proper bass sound that I need. And maybe that's just because I'm not using it to the fullest extent. But I feel like Serum does have a lot to offer on that range of things. I could do maybe the broadest variety of sounds I've ever seen. Interesting. I'll look into it because it sounds interesting. But I'm very much in the mindset of like I have everything I need unless I see something that's like really out there. I think Pigment is just better than Serum. Okay, I'll take that and I'll consider it. Because I am actively looking for like a more bass focused. There was one more that I was looking at. I think it was by Output. I don't remember what the Output bass is. What's up, friends? How are you? How you doing? How's D&D? For a nice quick tunable bass sounds through Sublab XL has been fun to use. Interesting. Okay, hang on. I'm going to put a note for that one. Sublab XL. Future Audio Workshop. Okay. I gotta take a look at what this Output one is. There's a bass. I know I gotta... Aw, friends, you didn't have to subscribe. You didn't have to do that, friends.
This should cover a fraction of what you paid for at Universal KEKW.
Oh my fucking god! Stop! No, stop! All of you need to stop right now. For context, chat, I went to Universal with some friends. And I told them, I was like, hey, drinks are on me. I was more than happy to pay for drinks for our party because we were having a good time. These motherfuckers, I swear to God, I turn around for one goddamn second and they send me Venmos. They send me PayPals. One friend even stole my phone. I genuinely was like, okay, why do you need my phone? Did not even realize that they were trying to get the QR code off my Venmo. I was like, can't have shit in Detroit. Swear to God. I'm more of a mixing and mastering engineer, though, so most of my plugins are geared towards that. I'm more of an instrumentalist and a composer. So, Autumn, welcome on in. How was your stream? What were you doing? Tell me all the good stuff. This is a good reminder, actually. I need to get on Soulcrafters this week. I actually do, otherwise nothing's going to get done. I still got a bunch of stuff on Eldorado to build. The list is slowly dwindling. I will get yelled at for even thinking about paying back. Because I don't want people paying me back. I willingly choose to pay for stuff. How you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm recovering from a long weekend away from home, so I'm just like trying to catch up on work and stuff. Well, hey, if you need some engineering on any of your projects, you know what? I will consider it. I have my I do have some stuff coming up that I might or that I will need to get done. That is on the docket, but I have some soundtrack stuff that needs to get done first. And I'm really trying to balance all these projects on hand. So all right, which one of you did it? Was it you, Mela, or was it friends? I honestly can't tell this time. Yeah, it was crazy that you downed 14 Eldritch Blasts back to back. Listen, it would not have been 14. It would have been way higher. Would have been way higher. Let's be real, fellas. Why am I always blamed? Because you keep doing this shit, Mel. And hey, we had a promise. We had a promise that you wouldn't gift any more subs. So I would hope that you wouldn't go back on your word. Speaking of mixed utilities, I've been blown away by Spectre by Waveforms. One of the most interesting and cool saturation plugins I've seen. Honestly, I don't work with saturation enough. I feel like it's definitely something I need. I spent enough money yesterday. I'm gonna believe that it wasn't you, Mello. Friends, on the other hand, I'm not gonna let off the hook that easily. I don't know what I'm looking for. Whoa, hey, it was not me. Okay, okay. All right, no, I'm not gonna look at that right now. That might solve our vocal problems, actually. If I were actually to pay you, I'd want it to be through a more one-to-one exchange. I just want my name plastered on there. Of course you would. Of course you would, friends. Spectre's super cool. Is a super cool approach to it. It does saturation only on the band, almost like a parallel EQ. Also really nice for stereo wideness and spicing up a drum kit. Well, now you have my curiosity. I'm also starting to want to move to a DAW that's on Windows because Logic is making me annoyed. Well, you come to the right place. We've been talking about DAWs and software for the past, what, half hour? That's been a fun conversation. For you friends, I'd probably recommend Ableton. I think Ableton might be the most suitable for what you do. Okay, I like this sound. It's kind of interesting. I kind of want to keep it. I've heard that low-key. It's also one of the rare instances of a software that you buy once and you don't need to pay for it again. I was looking through Omnisphere. Can I get out of the... Get me out of the A's. Whoa. I've lost the ability to get it for free because I never claimed the code my music production teacher gave me. For free Ableton. You gave a free Ableton? I kept forgetting. Whoa. That's an interesting sound. Also an interesting sound. And the upgrades to major versions are pretty reasonably priced. Plus it supports Max for live enhancement, suite, etc. See, okay, I also wanted to look into doing like Ableton for live sets. Because I think it's probably the best program for live sets, and having like a push controller works really well. I'm curious, but not really. know, just farting around with something. Let's put this main melody on and just see how it sounds. It's not gonna go anywhere, but like... Okay, now I'm mad because I like it, but not for this project. Ugh. Man. It works, but not for this project. Okay. My last question is Ableton good for full production and stuff, or is it more focused for live music abilities and stuff? If that question makes sense. It works really well for composition and actually like writing songs. I think its strength though is also in the fact that it can do live stuff, which not a whole lot of DAWs can do. If I tried to do anything live in Pro Tools, it'd just be like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Versus Ableton, it knows what you want to do, and it has the capabilities of supporting that. But it is still a really good DAW to use on its own for regular production. Oh yeah, live triggering is great with it. It will also do time stretching and quantization faster than anything else out there. That's actually really good. I know Pro Tools does quantization input, which as you go, it will quantize for you. I never use it though because it rarely works in my favor. Yes, but I've never used Live personally for live uses. I use it for production, even mixing and mastering. Yeah, it's good for that. Well, we have a project that can always use some scoring for trailers and videos and stuff. Save it for that. You want me to save it for that? Okay. Let me go ahead and put a pin in that one then. Was it Omnisphere or Drive Me Down? Okay, I got that saved. It's so cool, man. I also like the fact that it's panned. I can hear it getting panned. Oh, well that's why. It's literally modulated to do that. It's just bouncing between ears with every note. Man, it's so cool. It works really well with this melody, but this is not what the project is calling for. Is there any way that I can like strip this back in any way? Or is it just like not gonna work? If it doesn't sound like this. There's so much delay on this. What the fuck? Nah, I wouldn't want that too wide. Okay, but the delay effect is giving me an idea. What if we create something from scratch using a delay pattern as like the main forefront of like how we progress the sound? I wouldn't be opposed to that. Live's default devices and sound libraries, especially with the Suite version, are honestly extremely impressive and useful. I agree. I've used some of their stock stuff because I was required for my class, and it honestly worked really well. Actually, hang on. I think I have... Let me see. I think it's on my Bandcamp. I have one song that I made with Ableton Live. Let me see if I can find it. Because the instrumental was honestly one of my favorites that I've written, just from the stock stuff alone. Where is it? Where are you? Right here. Okay, so I remixed one of my songs called Without You. And this is using all Ableton Live stock stuff.
I've been a slave to my own thoughts. I've been a slave to my own dreams. It's the loneliness I fought.
The only thing I didn't like was that it quantized the vocals weird, and I had no idea how to fix that in time for the in time for this project to
As I
end.
struggle to hold on, I feel more like death. My feelings, they are gone. I miss the feeling of your love and waking up to you. I feel the waves crash over me. I don't know what to do. I feel lost without your love. I feel lost without your touch. I feel the distance.
I do really like the reverb on the vocals.
I feel love.
I think if I mixed it better, it could have been. This song could have been really good.
I feel lost without you here. I feel the distance growing wide. I feel love start to die.
So basically the way that this project came about was I took a class for electronic production, and they required me to have Ableton, and I've never used Ableton before. And so when the final project started happening, they said, okay, just create a song using everything that you've learned this year for Ableton. The only limits are it can only be stock plugins. That way you can actually show the project file to the professor and it would work. And just basically, yeah, create something. So I recreated my song. Yeah, chord steps and vocals are wandering a bit forward and back. Could use some dynamic control with compression. I agree. And I think the reason why I couldn't do the vocals, I ripped the vocals from the master of Without You that I did in Pro Tools because I was out of town. I wasn't here in my studio in order to actually get new vocals done. Otherwise, it would have been done so much better. But when I imported the vocals into Ableton, I remember they automatically tried to quantize it in a way that I wasn't prepared for, and so I couldn't find a way to undo the quantization without ripping the whole audio out and doing it from scratch, which was annoying. But ultimately, I'm like, okay, whatever. I got to submit this. I have like 3 days left, and I will not be in town before that due date. So I was working out of someone's house, just doing the song with my headphones in, and I was sort of rushed for time. But honestly, I really do like the way the instrumentation sounds. It's fun. It's bouncy, which is a very big vibe change from the original track. So it was like a fun little diversion from what we were doing. Yeah, it does some transient detection / waypoint adding. It's not always perfect, but the time stretching algorithms they have are crazy good. I do need to look into that. Right now, I think the only time stretching that I can do with this is making it polyphonic and just fucking around with it until, because I think like what I have, I think like 20%, give or take, in order to keep the quality, in order to keep high quality before it just absolutely starts distorting the audio and crunching it as it like time stretches. Probably the option you were missing is like auto warp long clips. That's what automatically did that on import. Probably. I don't know. I was on a rush for time. And as much as I liked the class, I wasn't really paying attention to how Ableton worked. Because I was just trying to get through it on top of like all the other stuff that I had around me. Which, I mean, working out of Pro Tools as my main DAW, I unfortunately didn't care at the time for Ableton. But now looking back at it, I'm like, oh shit, Ableton was actually pretty good. And now I have a copy of it and I want to use it more. So in all honesty, I kind of want to straddle both. That way I have the Pro Tools stuff for doing like bigger film projects and stuff, and then I have the Ableton for like doing all the fun like vocal stuff. Whenever Ableton's warp mode is engaged, it attempts to match your audio to the existing project tempo. See, the thing is, they both should have been the same. The tempo of the music should have been the exact same as the tempo of the vocals. Hypothetically, nothing should have changed about that. I'm pretty much just recreated it in Ableton with stock plugins. What were we looking at? We were looking at this. Oh, we were looking at creating one from scratch. That's what we were doing. What we were going to do is we were going to put delay effects on this to try and give it more of an oomph. What is the original delay effect on this, out of curiosity? Oh, it's 1/8, really? It's 1/8. An autofilter type effect might be nice for a sensitive progression too. I could see it, yeah. We could try messing around with that. Give me a compressor on this. Have you ever used FabFilter's Timeless for delay? I have not, actually. What if I just picked like a random one at will? FabFilter has a lot of really good plugins, and I unfortunately don't have the money to be buying them all. Slowly but surely, I'm acquiring them. Give me a bell. I'm gonna be opposed to that. Try modulating it. It's interesting. That, yeah, so far that's very interesting. I have pretty much all their plugins. If you like share my license, as kind as that is, I think I'd rather have my own license. Is that way I'm able to take them with me wherever I go. Because I have a main computer, and then I also have a laptop that I take with me. I have a laptop here that I take with me whenever I do music. I converted just pretty much an old gaming computer into like a temporary like home away from home setup. That way I have at least something and I can keep working. Because all the time I'm not home. And so I take my laptop with me whenever I need to take music. All of my all of my project files are backed up on my OneDrive. Which is very helpful because I can access them literally anywhere as long as I have an internet connection. And then as for my plugins, I keep them all on my hard drive. That way, I just need to download the project file temporarily, re-upload it whenever I'm done, and it'll get updated to the cloud. So, pretty useful setup, actually. Last time I took my computer out, I went out to Arizona. So I was gone for like 2 days for my computer, and it was actually really handy because I finished up a whole track while out there. Fair enough, their licenses are one-time activation and never click on and never check in online, so as long as you have the code, I never need anything else. Yeah, pretty much. If you have a suggestion, I have a suggestion for something you could add, but I don't know if it'd fit or not, slash what the project is. Maybe? If you want to recommend something, we can try it. I would like the modulation to work, but I don't think it is. Roton's still streaming? Yeah. I'm a streamer. I tend to do that. Okay, I don't think this is what I necessarily want for the melody, but I'm going to keep it on there anyways, because we might come back to that. I feel like we need some rain sounds or something. It definitely feels like it could use some ambience, but I'm trying to figure out what I should do with it. Bro should be sleep pilled / rest maxing. What is it with everyone telling me to go to bed? Why do you people insist on telling me what to do? I'm gonna hit record and we're just gonna see where this goes. That part up. But I'm not mad about this riff right here. It does need textures, I agree. He hates us, chat. Wait, okay, hang on. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it or if I can find a reference. If you can like find a reference for it, that'd be pretty good. Like if there's like a song that I could reference. I mean, if you could like point out like what particular part you're thinking. These people don't have These people don't have ADHD brain that can't sleep until you finish the creative tasks. There's no way you just described that like head on. There's no okay. I think you were the actual first person to understand how that works. You better join after stream. I mean, we're still going. I don't know when stream's gonna end, but probably. I feel like what this needs right now is a little bit of reverb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put on FabFilter so we can control the sound a little bit more because it's a little harsh right now. too am a sufferer, unfortunately. If there's a creative output happening or technical issue to troubleshoot, I'm not sleeping until it's fixed. See, I'm very much a person of, like, I will not sleep until the work is done. Or at least until I can, like, tell myself that I've made decent progress through stuff. Which is very much a monumental task when I work 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, and come home and have like 5 different projects on my to-do list. I've got like a bunch of priorities, and usually none of them hit stream, because stream is more like, yeah, this is like what I want to sort of like show off. This is what we're working on right now. This is like what we create. Like I think right now, this morning I got a trailer. This morning, I got word that I'm good to start on trailer music, so I need to do that. But I can't do that while I'm live because unfortunately this is it's a hush hush project. I'm not signed to an NDA, but I mean I'm not going to talk about it. Yeah, when you're hyperfixated, ain't nothing stopping it. Oh, trust me, I've had days where I've written like 2 pieces of music that are like really well done. Do you want to keep this going, or do we want to transition it back into something maybe a bit more? Out of curiosity, what if I put this on this? I just want to hear it. Interesting. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm also not like the biggest fan of it. So we'll just slide this over here for now and see if we can find anything that works for it. I DM'd it to you. I need to make. I need you to make it so stream can't hear it. So I tried to replicate it with my mouth. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Hang on. Let me take a look at this. Well, okay. Hang on. Are we muted? We're muted. Okay. Let me take a listen to this. No, it is a good suggestion. It is a good suggestion, friends. I know what you're talking about. Forgetting to eat until you're literally shaking from hunger, foregoing all social and emotional connections. It is the way. Unfortunately, you're not wrong there. It is a way. Is it the best way? No. Is it a way? Yes. Okay. Sorry. What really made me giggle was seeing chat say, okay, well now I need to hear this submission, but also just hearing so basically Francis' suggestion was doing like a really high pitched drone that'll like create the lead line, something that'll like pierce through the mix and like sit on top comfortably, which we're kind of halfway there with whatever we're doing right here. But it's like just a little bit different, I think, from what Francis' suggestion is. Okay, I need to take my hair out of my face right now because I don't know whatever product I washed my hair with last. I was in an Airbnb. Frankly, at this point, I'm regretting not bringing my own like shampoo and conditioner, but it's been really fucking with my hair, so I need to rewash it. I'm not a fan of that continuing if this is the transition that we're going to take. But thank you for getting it. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. We're going to need transition there, that much I know. we bring this part in too much to not use it, so I'm probably gonna push this back a little bit. Something's gonna sit on top of this, and we gotta find out what it is. Omnisphere, my beloved, what have you got? It's like a... something like that, but I don't want it to be synth-based. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I don't want it to be synth-based. Hang on. Let me try something here. I'll try the Irish harp very quickly. I just want to hear how it sounds in this context. See, I like it. It just, I don't think it fits in the mix right now, which means that we would need to do some like heavy modification to it. In which case, what would we even do to modify this? Okay, this is a really strange suggestion. I'm getting major early Ratchet and Clank soundtrack vibes from this track so far. Have you heard any of those? As a matter of fact, I have. I have in fact heard Ratchet and Clank soundtrack before. You know, earlier someone was in chat saying that this sounded like Animal Jam. Which I found really interesting because in a way it kind of did. What was it? It was Mystical Morning, I think, from Animal Jam. Mythical Morning? No, yeah, it's Mystical Morning, so I wasn't wrong about that. It's a lot like the Ratchet 2 OST. I'll need to go back and listen to that one in particular. I know generically like what they sound like. I can't remember which one they are aside from like Rift Apart. But like someone said this sounded like this track. The intro bit in particular. Which I can sort of hear the similarities in it. Kind of ambient, kind of spooky, wondering if any of those tracks would be a good inspiration. Thinking like Flying Labyrinthus. I definitely pull a lot of, I feel like the way that people describe my music, I'm very strong with creating ambient and like worldscapes. But right now I feel like what I'm trying to write is like a character piece in a way. Sort of infusing like that character motif with like the ambient of it all. I'll start messing with volume just a tiny bit here, but not go too deep into the mixing of it. Obviously, there's no string so far, but that could be a good move. I'm considering it, actually. We do have strings in... I believe it's this track. Yeah, we do have strings already in the soundtrack. Aranos might be too upbeat for this idea then. Maybe, and then how does that fit on top of this? Imagine we try distorting the... we throw on absolutely, like, disgusting distortion and saturation onto, like, the very clean and pure sounding harp. That was such a funny idea. I'm kind of considering it. Okay, something on guitar that's, like, a little closer, but still obviously not the same. Same sound as my brain, because I had to keep picking at it till you get... but you'll get 100% of the... Okay. Am I allowed to take a listen to this on stream, friends? Let me know before I play it. Give me a sec. Okay. Let me re-record it. Okay. Because I have a better idea. Okay. I'm gonna try something else here. I'm gonna try the analog string sample that I made technically for Project Event, but I want to see how it fits on this piece because it is very warm sounding, which I feel like could lean in the direction that we're looking for. I don't know. Let's take a gander, and then from there we shall see. So we shall see. Not you, user to the stars. Okay. Okay, I want to say my playing was really good there, but I honestly have no idea. I'd say everything is really close, so it should be good just to hit the quantize button. Okay, that'll work. And let me hear it down the octave very quickly, just to make sure I'm not losing my mind. Also, I'm not mad about it in this context. Okay, it's not the new one. I can't get the exact sound on my guitar because I have an infinitely sustained note on my guitar. I was trying to imagine a mix between the two halves of the audio I sent. I apologize for the fan sound. You can play it on stream. Okay, let me take a listen. I'm getting the idea. Okay. I do like the idea that you suggested, friends, but I think ultimately I'm going to go with a different direction. Something really rough like that. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. I'm definitely picking up what you're throwing down. But I think for this project in particular, I'm going to go with something a little bit... I'm going to, like, take your suggestion, mix it with a different one, which is how we sort of came up with this line right here. Because it has that piercing sound to, like, sort of sit above the mix. But I'm looking for more of that warmer tone to keep things a little more confined. How's this sound on you? Okay, interesting. I'm not opposed to it, but also, do I really want to step into that territory of using this instrument in this particular track? I don't know, and frankly, I don't know if I want to know. I do want another bass, though. I feel like another bass is kind of needed for this segment. Not that one. It's not gonna work. Okay, interesting. Hang on a sec. Can I put this here? I'm liking these bells a lot more. Any plans for percussion? Because the ratchet vibe of using classic samples and loops was so sick with this style. I hadn't thought about it, but in all honesty, I haven't thought about anything in this track so far, so could literally be a coin toss on whether we do percussion or not. I would need to look at doing percussion, because I feel like my style of doing percussion is very much rooted in like glitchy percussion sounds, which could work, but I wouldn't want to force that in. I wouldn't want to stick the square peg in the round hole, because I feel like that would be forcing something that I'm not necessarily the most excited for. this from the beginning very quickly, because we've written over a minute of music, and I just sort of want to see where we're at. From here, we really sort of just take off. Squarepack Round Hole is a beautiful piece for a bone vibraphone. I will not tolerate any slander for it here. You know what? To each their own. You're right. I'm my mistake. I am vibing with it. It does sound pretty good. Let's get another plugin here, just see what we can come up with. I'm wanting a bass. Definitely wanting a bass. But the question is, what bass do we want? I think maybe, do we want a pad? Like, do we want something that's gonna start getting a little aggressive? I have one in mind actually that maybe we could try and use. It starts with a B. So I need to find it. It's like Baran or something. It's like BE something. Have you ever heard it? It's hauntingly beautiful. I don't think I have. I unfortunately don't think I have. Okay, hang on. Let me try this very quick because I want to see where this gets us. A little too synthy for my taste, at least for this track in particular. Oh, I guess the links get sanitized. I sent a link to that song. Unfortunately, yeah, no. I've got bots because I get bot rated quite a bit. So on both Twitch and YouTube, I keep like bots that just sort of snipe any links. Unfortunate, because of like moments like this where it's like, yeah, you can send a link, but unfortunately, the bots ruined it. The bots ruined it. If I look under bass, what are we gonna get? You might be surprised if you didn't know that was a sound a vibraphone could make. You know what? It probably will surprise me. Okay, I'm gonna turn this down because it's actually starting to like blow out my ears. I don't know what I'm looking for. That's the problem. That's actually pretty good sounding bass. That's actually a really cool sounding bass, but I don't think I can use that for anything at the moment. Yeah, I don't know. That gives me an idea. I kind of want samples. Want to sample the chords from it and process them. But if you want to do it on stream, give it a listen. Unfortunately, probably not tonight. We're getting pretty close to ending, considering we're almost at 3 hours, and I still got some other stuff that I need to do before I head to bed. But I am pretty content with the fact that we started this today with absolutely nothing, and we're here at like a minute 5 with some decent instrumentation to it. Yeah, that'll hit. Nice. Okay, we're definitely getting somewhere with this, and I want to come back to this and hopefully finish it within like the next week or something. I don't know. It's going to greatly depend on what the schedule's looking like. Speaking of schedule, I think now would be a pretty good time to go over that, considering we are. Yeah, I'd say we're about to end. Let's go ahead and let's end here. We've done a lot of decent work, and I'm really happy with how the piece is shaping out to be. And I'm sure the person that this is based off of will have a really cool time seeing the work that we've done. I don't know if they're awake yet, but I'm sure this will be a pleasant surprise when they do wake up. Anyway, schedule for this week. We got another stream Wednesday night, starting at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. We'll be doing Lunchbox SMP, and then Thursday morning, 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be going live in preparation for Subnautica 2 release. Guys, I am so excited. I am so fucking excited. I love Subnautica so much, and I'm so excited for the second game to come out. So far, I think Bug and Tyler are going to be the ones joining me for this. Jonah might join later, depending on how long we're playing. We'll see. That's definitely a we'll see moment. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. For sticking around. We should be having a stream Thursday morning, or not Thursday morning. Saturday morning. That'll be another Soul Crafter stream. Did I say Lunchbox Wednesday night? No, Soul Crafters Wednesday night. Soul Crafters Saturday morning. We got work to do. We got our casino. We've got El Dorado that we are actively building. So, thank you all so much for tuning in. But unfortunately, I got to go. So I'll catch you all on Wednesday. Bye-bye.